Thousands of residents have fled Santorini after earthquakes were recorded near the Greek island for a fourth consecutive day. According to officials, more than 11,000 people have left Santorini, with around 7,000 departing by ferry and 4,000 people leaving by air. Hundreds of earthquakes have rocked the island, the strongest of which was a magnitude 5 tremor on Tuesday. Major damage has not been reported on the island so far, however officials are taking some precautionary measures. A state of emergency has been declared in Santorini after the strongest earthquake was recorded in days of near-constant tremors, which have almost emptied the famous Greek tourist haven of visitors and residents. A quake with a magnitude of 5.2 coursed through Santorini on Wednesday evening, the first to exceed 5.0 since the tremors began last week. The Greek Civil Protection Ministry on Thursday placed the island under a state of emergency until March 3rd to respond to the seismic activity. Emergency. Crews deployed on Santorini as an earthquake swarm worries. Greek precautions were also ordered on several nearby Aegean Sea islands, all popular summer vacation destinations, after more than 200 undersea earthquakes were recorded in the area over the past 3 days. We have a very intense geological phenomenon to handle, Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis said from Brussels, where he was attending a European meeting. I want to ask our islanders first and foremost to remain calm, to listen to the instructions of the Civil Protection Authority. Mobile phones on the island blared with alert warnings about the potential for rock slides, while several earthquakes caused loud rumbles. Authorities banned access to some seaside areas, including the island's old port, that are in close proximity to cliffs. These measures are precautionary, and authorities will remain vigilant, Civil Protection Minister Vasilis Kikilias said late Sunday following emergency government meeting in Nizi. While Greek experts say the quakes, which have reached magnitude 4.9, are not linked to Santorini's volcano, they acknowledge that the pattern of seismic activity is cause for concern. Government officials met with scientists throughout the weekend and on Monday to assess the situation, while schools were also ordered shut on the nearby islands of Amorgos, Anafi and Ios Moais for the entire week. Residents are concerned. People wait to buy boat and air tickets as Greek authorities are taking emergency measures in response to intense seismic activity on the popular Aegean Sea holiday island of Santorini. The frequency of the quakes, which continued throughout Sunday night and into Monday, has worried residents and visitors. I have never felt anything like this, and with such frequency an earthquake every 10 or 20 minutes. Everyone is anxious, even if some of us hide it not to cause panic, but everyone is worried, said Michalis Gerontakis, who is also the director of the Santorini Philharmonic Orchestra. We came out yesterday and performed. Despite the earthquakes, the Philharmonic performed for a religious occasion, Gerontakis said. When you are playing, you cannot feel the quakes. But there were earthquakes when we were at the church. No one can know what will happen. People can say whatever they like, but that has no value. You cannot contend with nature. Residents and visitors were advised to avoid large indoor gatherings and areas where rock slides could occur, while hotels were instructed to drain swimming pools to reduce potential building damage from an earthquake. Fire service rescuers who arrived on the island on Sunday set up yellow tents as a staging area inside a basketball court next to the island's main hospital. We arrived last night, a 26-member team of rescuers and 1 rescue dog, said Fire Brigadier Ioannis Bilias, adding that many residents, including entire families, spent the night in their cars. Some residents and local workers headed to travel agents, seeking plane or ferry tickets to leave the island. We've had earthquakes before, but never anything like this. This feels different, said Nadia Benomar, a Moroccan tour guide who has lived on the island for 19 years. She bought a ferry ticket Monday for the nearby island of Naxos. The island draws more than 3 million visitors annually to its whitewashed villages, built along dramatic cliffs formed by a massive volcanic eruption, considered to be one of the largest in human history, more than 3,500 years ago. That eruption, which occurred around 1620 BC, destroyed a large part of the island, blanketed a wide area in feet of ash, and is believed to have contributed to the decline of the ancient Minoan civilization, which had flourished in the region. Although it is still an active volcano, the last notable eruption occurred in 1950. Prominent Greek seismologist Gerasimos Papadopoulos cautioned that the current earthquake sequence displayed on live seismic maps as a growing cluster of dots between the islands of Santorini, Ios, Amorgos and Anafi could indicate a larger impending event. All scenarios remain open, Papadopoulos wrote in an online post. The number of tremors has increased, magnitudes have risen, and epicenters have shifted northeast. While these are tectonic quakes, not volcanic, the risk level has escalated. In Santorini's main town of Fira, local authorities designated gathering points for residents in preparation for a potential evacuation, though Ionikos Zorzos emphasized the preventive nature of the measures. We are obliged to make preparations, but being prepared for something does not mean it will happen, he said during a weekend briefing. Sometimes, the way the situation is reported, those reports may contain exaggerations, so people should stay calm,